We are excited today that we are going to talk about coffee chats and hot chocolate chats. And so I'll be transitioning earpieces just in case because my speakers may or may not continue to work. But we want to talk about our hot chocolate chats and our coffee chats. And so it keeps saying battery low, so I'm going to switch. And so if you want to, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you really good. Yeah,
Okay,
it's all
perfect. So
good.
I'm gonna turn off my speaker. All right, so perfect. So let's get into it. We're gonna talk about coffee chats and hot chocolate chats. So I'll just talk about how I got started. Basically, I was invited to a coffee chat. And I said, this is such an amazing idea. I really like it. But I changed mine. Mine has a twist. Mine is a no pitch coffee chat, meaning that I simply want the opportunity to meet with people, to learn about them, and to see how I can support them. So that is the premise that started with my coffee chats. What about you?
Somewhat similar for me was more like I call it my yes year because 2025 like was just a very challenging year. A lot of things that just didn't go my way, and I felt like I had no control. And I feel like everything just went downhill. And I said 2026 is going to be my yes year, where I'm going to say yes to things that are empowering, energizing me. Um, saying yes intentionally, moving in purpose. And I've decided, you know what, I'm going to start a hot chocolate chat. And honestly, when I decided to open my piano to people that I didn't know, I honestly didn't believe it would actually people would be interested. And the reason hot
Right.
chocolate chat because I don't do coffee chat. I don't
Right.
drink coffee. So, but I just a hot chocolate chat. So I'm a hot chocolate kind of girl, and that's just what it is. But and that's how it started. And so far, I've been really meeting really great people. And what I love about it is like human to human connection. We're actually connecting. We're sharing interesting things. I'm learning about other people that I probably would never meet in real life because of the location or where we're at. So this just opens all these opportunities. And that's how we met too. And since then, we've been like having all these really interesting experiences, meeting cool people. And we just want to share that with you today because there's such, uh, you know, an opportunity to just meet awesome, great people that do great and good things in the world. Giving the state of the world how it is, meeting people like that is just very empowering, encouraging, and it's just a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And listen, I didn't have to buy any airplane tickets. I didn't have to spend any money, but I've traveled to Australia by meeting people who live in Australia. I've been to the United Kingdom. I've been to Russia. I'm just super excited about the opportunity to meet people and learn about their cultures, their music, their food, their work experience, their life experiences. Some people are having really, really great life experiences right now, and I love hearing about that. And other people are having some really challenging experiences. And I love hearing about that as well to see how we can help people to connect with people that might be providing services that they offer. And so when I realized that I was doing these coffee chats, but it was kind of just me and the person talking, I'm like, people need to know about these people. They're so amazing. So I started writing an article, getting permission from the person to take notes during the coffee chat. I have a really, really great memory, so that helps. But I started really just listening to what people were saying, thinking about all the amazing things that they're doing. And I'm like, well, I don't want to keep this to myself. People need to know because they used to say, Layla, that we are 6 degrees of separation from everybody in the world. And I really, really believe that with technology, we're probably more like 1 or 2 people away because you can share somebody's post, you can comment on somebody's post, and you can write an article about somebody and expose them to your network and also expose their network to you as well. So I'm doing news articles, and I don't do news articles on everybody that I have a coffee chat with. Some people prefer to keep it private. Some people don't want a newsletter article written about them. But if there's an opportunity for me to share what somebody else is doing, then I'm more than happy to do that. Of course, I use the support of AI, but it's still my feelings and my emotions about what has been shared with me. So when you're done with your coffee chats, what does that look like for you?
Somewhat similar, but what I do is also I ask permission. I mean, being in HR, so consent is everything, right? So I'm
Yeah.
always asking, can I take a picture of both of us? And are you comfortable? Yeah, share it on LinkedIn and Substack. So I write a bit of a, very general. I don't share personal things because sometimes it comes to personal,
Mhm.
conversations. You don't want to put it out there, but I put them and it just give them a shout out. And some people connect with them and they reach out and it creates more connections. And I just want to showcase people that's like, hey, they're doing fantastic things. For me, when I meet these people, for me, they're celebrities to me because they're doing
Yes.
amazing things, so much things in the community. They're bringing so much to the world. And I'm like, we got to give them a shout out. So I have a couple that I need to do today for my LinkedIn and my Substack, but some of the people I've met are just so phenomenal. And how we kind of like help each other out in a way we're collaborating. It's like how can I support you? What can I do for you? And it's like and this person's like, well, if you able to donate products to this nonprofit, that would be great going for fundraising. And that's the part of the conversation today, which I thought it was interesting because I think that's important to
Absolutely.
support each other in a way that we're capable too, right? So commenting, sharing, talk about the person, and that was a really great conversation. I can't wait to share more about it.
I'm excited to learn more about that. But before we do that, breaking news, I want to talk about one of the things you just mentioned was using LinkedIn and using Substack for your newsletter articles. So I'm curious because there are so many different social media platforms. And I know that that's one of the ways we connected, right? We were like, girl, we got to learn this stuff together. Okay. And so we were on all of these different platforms, but I am on let me see if I can go through it. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Substack, LinkedIn, X. And I find most of the people that I'm getting my coffee chats with are people from LinkedIn. So I think it's important that people kind of find their market. I have a lot of followers on Facebook, almost 7,000, but I don't really have a lot of people on Facebook that engage in the same way that my LinkedIn community engages. And I think it may be true. Some people have a lot of engagement on Facebook or on Instagram, but maybe not so much engagement on LinkedIn. So, do you think it matters, like if you use LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram to meet people, or should you just kind of go where your followers engage with you?
Well, I guess it depends what you're looking for, who's your
Mhm.
audience, and who you want to connect with. Because each platform brings its own interesting twist to
Yeah.
connecting with people. It's just you connect
Mhm.
differently. And honestly, like a few weeks ago, I just wanted to give up on LinkedIn, honestly, because I just
Mm.
didn't feel I was connecting with real people. I felt it was more performative. And then I fell into those hot chocolate chat, which kind of connected me to other people. And then it became a more engaging platform the past few weeks where I'm actually meeting genuine people talking with real people and not just like a post or a promotional post or offering a service. It's like, I'm not offering you anything. I just want to get to know you
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think maybe using that approach made it shift my LinkedIn in a different direction. Um, as for other social media platforms, I am on YouTube, I am on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Substack,
All the
on
things, right.
School. So School as
Oh,
well is a good
okay.
platform. The School is
Mhm.
designed so SKOLL is designed to be more engaging. So you got to post in certain communities, and it's very niche. So you can pick something that you're interested in if you're like into the arts, or if you're more into like podcasting, or you're into drawing, or sports, or playing music, or building a community of empowering women in business or leadership, whatever it is. So there's so many communities you can join for free, some are paid. And through these communities, it's very engaging. I find it more engaging than, let's say, Facebook and Instagram. You make a post, but you create a post of like how to spark a conversation about whatever topic you enjoy. So for me, it's about leadership, entrepreneurship, coaching, and I post a lot of things that to empower others, to give some tips and recommendation and advice on HR stuff, entrepreneurship, or coaching,
Mhm.
and you get conversation going. And through that, I've connected with people and we had hot chocolate chats as well. So they're part of that community. So I think it's more about finding what works for you because we're all different
Yeah.
and you got to try what makes sense for you. So I would say try what works and go with it.
I like that you said try what works and go with it because when I look at my calendar, I'm amazed like you at how many people are saying yes. It's just absolutely unbelievable. So I think it wasn't just me. that wanted to have these coffee chats, people are looking for genuinely good people to have conversations with. Otherwise, our calendars would be empty. So I really do mine on Tuesdays and Thursdays because that works better for my schedule. So I think it is important, like you said, to find out what works best for you. So I do my coffee chats on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But this week, I got so excited that I actually booked up my whole Monday. I'm like, oh no. So I have 5 coffee chats on Monday. I think I had 2 or 3 on Tuesday. I had 1 or 2 yesterday, and then I already had 3 today. So those coffee chats have gone extremely well. Some people I'll be doing articles on, and some people won't be doing articles on. But a lot of them are really excited about an opportunity to share more. And I started thinking about it when I do the articles and people read the articles, I think that's really great. But what if I could do more? What if I could get them on another platform? And that's really the birth of my show, Carrie Connects, which, as you know, is launching this Saturday. But that's really, it transitioned from one on one coffee chats and articles all the way down to me starting to actually do a show about the people that I'm meeting because they're so amazing. I'm like, people need to know about you. And so that's where it started. Coffee chats to Carrie Connects. And so if people are interested in doing a coffee chat, if they're interested in being on the show, I think it's a great way to connect and learn about people. But even if you don't want to be on the show, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a franchisee, if you're a business owner, or if you're just someone who's survived a personal challenge and you want to connect and you want your story shared, but you don't want to do the show, connect with us. Maybe you don't even want an article written. You just need somebody to talk to. Now, we are not therapists, right? And this is not under the auspice of the HR profession. But if you're just looking for somebody to have a chat to and looking to build your network, looking to build community, coffee chats are a great way to do it. And you don't even have to meet with us. You can start your own, which I think would be,
Yes, it's so true. You know what? That's the whole thing. So having those like you for yourself coffee chat led you to like your new like podcast coming out
yeah.
very soon. And you got inspired of like I want to showcase these amazing people. So
Mhm.
you can do it in your own way. You don't have to have a show. You don't have to post about it. You can you can still want to connect with people and just build a network, a community. And for me and for us, I think it was really like building community, which I feel like we've lost over the past few years with all that what happened. And I just feel like I needed to connect with real people. And
Mhm.
that's the community aspect of it as well as connecting with people like real conversation and from around the world, which is fantastic because you're just also learning from other what's happening elsewhere, what are they doing, not doing, about their business, about their career, about like what they're, some people are like writing books, they're starting a side business, they decided like, you know, I might want to start a podcast, I want to start writing articles, and some are just like you, just having this conversation. Some what I've got back from some of the conversations, like this, like brainstorming almost, and they really enjoyed it because like I'm having
Yes.
so many ideas flowing just having a conversation.
Absolutely. I agree with you 1,000%. It is like brainstorming because as a former public school teacher, one of the things that I taught was that when you brainstorm, there's no such thing as a bad idea. Like every idea when you're brainstorming is great because you never know where it's going to lead you. You know, that could lead you to your next $1 million idea, right? Your next $1 billion idea. Or it could just lead you to some other ideas that connect you with new people, would connect you with new markets, things that you never thought of. I had an absolutely amazing coffee chat today. I'm not going to do a reveal today because today is all about you and your moment when we get into our breaking news segment. But I'm just curious, in terms of your calendar, how do you kind of structure your day? You said it was your yes year. How do you kind of balance scheduling all these coffee chats that we have and balancing taking care of yourself?
You know what? I'll be honest, there's no balance right now. Okay. I so because of my yes here, I've been saying yes too much. I got talk about self-care and balance, but
Right.
I got so excited. And I said, yes, absolutely. Like that sounds like super interesting. I want to meet you. I want to talk to you, right? Like I just and then when I look at my calendar, I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
There's not much time, but it's okay. I'm learning in my new journey because I didn't know that people were gonna be interested, right? So I'm learning as I
Mhm.
go right now, and I'm just going with it. I do open my calendar only at 9 a.m. So, I do like have
Right.
a slow morning, making sure that I'm doing all the things that I need to take care of myself, and then I just roll with it, you know?
Yeah,
I'll
and that's smart. So my calendar, you're 9 AM in, Vancouver, Canada time, which I believe is 11 AM my time, Central Standard Time. I'm in the Northwest Indiana part. So Indiana has 2 time zones. But I love that you have it on your calendar where you honor that space. Now my space honoring, I don't start to 10 o'clock. Okay, look, I'm a little later than you. Listen, coffee chats between 10 AM and 1 PM, and they're scheduled to be 15-minute segments, but I block off 30 minutes just in case we run over. But they're really designed to be 15 minutes. So it's really an opportunity not for me to talk about me, but for me to really learn about the person. You would be amazed at what you can learn in 15 minutes. Now, most of my coffee chats have run over. I will say that. Even though it's designed for 15 minutes, a lot of times that full 30 minutes does get used up, but it's designed to be 15 minutes. And I only do, again, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 1. But on Monday, when I had the 5, it was because other people are inviting me to their calendars. And I was like, "Oh, I haven't met with this person." And so I booked on their calendars over the weekend, but I didn't realize I had picked Monday for everybody, okay? So I had 5 I have 5 coffee chats on Monday alone, but it was so worth it. But I like that you start at 9 AM. So before you do a coffee chat, like, how do you get ready? How do you prepare your mornings? Like, for me, I know I wake up, I meditate. I say, "Yes, I made it," right? I'm so excited to wake up because I
Practicing
know somebody
gratitude every morning, I tell you, that's part of
gratitude
my
in the
slow
morning.
routine self-care part in the morning to be like, you know what?
Yes.
I woke up today, I'm taking like I'm breathing, I'm being thankful, and whatever the day may
Mhm,
bring.
mhm.
And then I
Yeah.
have a tea, and then I hop in the shower and then fix myself, and then next thing you know, usually I start my hot chocolate chat, and then after one of those, I usually go and get a breakfast or something. But I would say practicing gratitude is part of my daily routine every day.
So you wake up, you enter into this space of gratitude, and then you have tea, and then you do a hot why not a tea chat? Why hot chocolate?
Well,
Yeah,
I like hot chocolate because, it's for okay, so for me, hot chocolate is more like, okay, I gotta enjoy it. It's nice, it's warm, it
yeah.
tastes so good. Like it's just like who doesn't like chocolate? Like really good
Who
dark
does like
Belgium
it?
chocolate with and it just gives me a moment of enjoyment. And tea is
Yes.
just like, okay, it's house meat. Tea is more relaxing than coffee. And I personally I don't like the taste of coffee. And I was drinking coffee for about 4 years. That's just recently because I had so much on my plate, and that was the only thing that kept me up. And then I was like, "But I never liked it." And so when I kind of like switched things around, doing tea, and it's more calming in the morning, actually, I find,
Oh,
than
wow.
coffee.
I'll have to
Coffee
add
felt like
that.
it was giving me so much anxiety for now. I was like, "What am I anxious for?" I just got up, and the coffee does that
Okay.
to me for some reason. Some days it does, sometimes it doesn't, but and hot chocolate is for me, it's like, let's say I go for a walk, I go for a hike, a bike ride, or whatever, and it's cold because it's winter time.
Right.
My hot chocolate is for me like comfort. And because my mom used to
Yes.
make me hot chocolate every time I would play outside in the snow. I come home and she said, made me a warm hot
Aw.
chocolate with, real milk and hot chocolate and chocolate. And that just stayed with me. So for me, that brings that comfort. It's comforting.
Yeah, and you know what? Layla, I was gonna say Leslie because I'm thinking about my show on Saturday. But Layla, I'm excited about that. But I love what you said, Layla, about the hot chocolate, because when I think about hot chocolate and I think about my childhood memories and putting peppermint into the hot chocolate, the marshmallows you can put into the hot chocolate. It's hot chocolate to me is like a blanket in a cup. You're right. It is comforting, it's warmth. So I love that idea of the hot chocolate chats. It's very inviting. So I think that's really, really a great name. I know we had talked about between hot chocolate chats and cocoa chats, but that idea that everybody loves chocolate, that it's warmth, that it's comforting, that it's nostalgic. Um, I love that idea because that's really how I felt when we met. I'm like, "Oh, she's really nice." There's this comfort and this warmth about you and your personality that makes people want to meet with you, that makes people wanna sit down and talk to you. So, when I think about Besties Beyond Borders, I mean, that's really authentic, and people would think, "Oh, well, if they're best friends, they've known each other for 15 to 20 years. They've known each other for at least 5 years. They've known each at least a year," and I keep shaking my head, "Nope." "Okay, so you guys known at least 6 months." I gotta shake my head again, "Nope." "Well, how long have you known her? Have you known 3 months?" No, a month." "Nope." And so people are always surprised. I'm like, "Keep going down." People are always surprised that we just met recently, but I think it's just a testament to how authentic these conversations are that we have with people, that you can really meet people, have authentic connections and authentic relationships, and really build something that's real in your own personal life. So even if we're not live, we find a way to connect, whether it's through Messenger, whether it's on LinkedIn, we're in a group chat on LinkedIn. Like we find a way to connect with each other and to find out how each other's day is going. And I think that's really beautiful. And I'm personally grateful to have you in my life.
Well, me too. And the thing is, like, your friend anniversary was like we met on March 3rd, I think.
Yeah.
Right, but for some
2026.
like, even if we live so far apart, we just somewhat there's, like, synergy, that vibe. We're in a very, like-minded individual in the same place. We're experiencing
Mhm.
very similar, and we just kind of, like our energies just combined really well, and the synergy, and people are also asking me, it's like, "How long you been friends with Carrie?" I'm like, "Since, like, last week or 2
Right.
weeks ago." People say, "What? This makes no sense." But
Yes.
um and that's just the power of connecting human to human. Like, sometimes you just
Yeah.
connect with it just jive, right? And that's basically what happened to us. And now, like, that's why we're like you said, we do catch up. Like, sometimes, like, "Well, I haven't heard from her for a while. What's going on, bestie? Are you okay? What's
Yeah.
happening?"
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
we're journey along and we support each other. It's like, "Hey, like, what do you need?" "Oh, I might need this and that." It's like, "Okay, sure, no problem. If I can do it, let's do it." Right? It's because we're still working that, like, community collaboration, supporting each other, and we're having fun. That's the part that is
Yeah.
like it's energizing too. It's the fun part.
Yes, I love that it's fun. Now, speaking of fun, you got on here earlier today smiling and cheesing and excited and happy. You said that you had some breaking news, so I have to hear about what happened today. So, I haven't heard this story yet, so we are all going to learn together. What happened today?
Well, now I don't know if I want to share it right away because I haven't. I just hung up with this person and I have to the process. So I'm like, just wait a minute. We're still in the process, and
Uh,
I got too excited. So yeah, maybe I'll just
don't have to share everything. Just I know you had an amazing coffee chat today, right? And we respect those boundaries. So I appreciate you saying that. But I know you had like an amazing, amazing coffee chat that's gonna lead to some amazing opportunities. And I'm happy for you. I think that's awesome.
yeah, I just wanna make sure that, the consent, right? Like, I'm making like, "Can I share this right now?" I didn't we didn't have past this conversation afterwards,
Right.
like, because the person had to go as well, like, there's a limit to things, and I was just like, "Oh, that's amazing." And I was like, "Wait,
Mhm.
so can I" and now that we're talking, I was like, "Can I actually share it right now, or I have to
Right.
wait?" It's like, "Wait a minute." Right? I gotta be mindful too.
Right,
But
right, right.
we got both really excited. I got really excited. I'm like, "Wow, this is amazing. I met this amazing person, and they're like all these amazing stuff coming." I'm just like, "Okay." So
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying is you just never know who you're gonna meet that they're gonna add to your day. This person made my day. Actually, 2 people made my day today. And I
yeah,
just didn't expect that today. That's why I woke up today. I was like, "I'm gonna be grateful. I'm here. I have an opportunity to be up. I have a roof on my head. I had a hot shower. I was able to have a hot tea, and I'm able to have a meal." That's a lot compared to a lot of
yeah.
things. So I said, and that's just how
Absolutely.
the way the day went. I had no expectation of how the day would go. I didn't know that this would be a great day. Like,
Listen, right? Oh, this backwards camera. And I love that, love that, love that because I'm like you. I had this amazing, amazing coffee chat today, and I'm like, I want to tell, but not yet. It's some things in the works. It's things that are happening behind the scene, and that's the thing that I love about being besties beyond borders is because we can share certain things publicly, but we also respect. And that's the thing about the coffee chats and the hot chocolate chats is that we're going to respect you as an individual. We're going to respect you as a person. If there are certain things that you're open to sharing and you want us to share, we will. But we always get permission. And if we have not received permission, we're going to wait, right? And so, my conversation today, I'm sure I could share it, but I want to. And see, that's the thing. Maybe the person wants to wait and maybe we want to wait. And so I have some breaking news myself, but I'm going to wait as well. So we listen, we got to break, double break. We have some really exciting things that are happening. But do those coffee chats, do those chocolate chats. If you're a tea drinker, maybe you want to have tea time with someone. But really, really, really take advantage of whatever social media platform you're on and really just like authentically engage with people because you never know who you are going to meet. It's just a great opportunity to meet people, to connect with people, to enhance your life, especially in a time, Layla, where people just feel like so alone. People feel, kind of down in the dumps. People are going through hardships and you feel like it's just you. This is really an amazing opportunity to remember that you're human. Remember that you're a person. Remember that you don't have to do everything alone. Now, some of the work you have to do, nobody else can do it for you. But there's also this great opportunity of people who will encourage you, of people who will support you. And one of the things that I love about the conversation that we had yesterday with our mutual friend is that when a person asks you for support, I thought that was so powerful. And I really want our audience to think about that. People may not know what you need. And so sometimes people can kind of guess and they may be on the right path, but I think it's so powerful to be able to ask people for what it is that you need. And you can do that in these chocolate chats, you can do that in these live streams. Maybe you have family and friends that you can text and they can be your support system. It doesn't always have to be live. It doesn't always have to be through a live stream or a coffee chat. And I know a lot of people are facing challenges. If you need resources, you can go to call 211 on your phone, or you can go to 211.org. That's an organization within the United States that will help you. Sometimes people need help with their light, their gas, their phone, with food. And so 211 is a resource center that will help you to get some of the services that you might need. But it's also a great way for you to have that information so that you can share with people that might be in need as well. Do you all have something similar to that in Canada, like a resource center or an agency? I
I
know.
believe we do, but like I will have to look it up because
Okay.
these things change quite a bit, right? So I think we
Yeah.
have something. It might be 811, but I'm not sure. Somewhat similar. It might give
Okay.
you resources. You have nonprofit organization that also support people like that have challenges with food insecurities, like food banks and things like that. And I would say, you know, being open. When you get into those conversations, just come in with an open heart and being curious and
Yeah.
listen to understand.
Oh, that's so powerful. Listen to
So listen to
understand.
understand. Don't be there and try to jump in too quickly to give a solution, an answer. It's like just listen, be curious, ask interesting questions. Tell me more. That sounds fantastic. Like, what is it that you enjoy about what you're doing right now? Like, make it engaging and just listen. And it's gonna flow like the conversation because people are so excited and they want to be here. So I feel very honored and humble when people's like, I'm just happy to have a chat with you. They don't know me, but they took the time of their day to connect with somebody
Mhm.
they don't even know. So I want to make sure that they're also enjoying the experience and I'm giving the opportunity to talk about themselves and to learn about who they are. And I think it's just a magical way of doing things right now. And yeah, just stay open and curious and see how it goes. Something might come out of it, something might not come out of it. Somebody might say something, I'll be like, I never saw it that way. I never thought about it, right? And you might spark something in somebody else as well. However you share who you are, what you do, your experience, your story, what project are you on, it might spark an idea for them. So don't negate who you are, what you bring on the table. I see just a conversation, human to human. Your title,
Mhm.
how much you make, where you live, who you are doesn't matter. So we
That's
all have
true.
value. We can all bring something on the table and share that conversation and spark something in somebody, whatever it is. We don't know it all the time. Sometimes they tell you, sometimes they don't. But just being open.
Yeah, I love that, just being open. Well, I think it was a great conversation, especially for our first episode of Besties Beyond Borders. And we promised that we were going to do 30 minutes, and we're just about a minute over that time. So I feel like this was great. What about you?
This was fun. I loved it.
It
This was
was
great.
fun. And we
Well,
don't know
thank
when
you
the
for
next
anybody who's
episode is.
watching and being here. We're still learning about Substack and how to manage this whole thing, right?
Right.
So,
It took 10 minutes for us to get my mic on.
yes, that was the behind
So, right, that was the behind the scenes mess. It took a minute to get that together. She called me on Messenger. We're like, "Can you hear me?" Like, "I can hear you on Messenger," but she called my phone and I'm on my computer, and we're like, "Oh, let's hang up. Let me call on the computer." So
Well,
it took
that's the thing about Carrie and Layla. They're still learning around technology. So,
right.
uh, you know, please be patient with us. If you
Be
send
patient with
something we
us.
haven't seen, we apologize. We're trying to we're learning as we go, and we're trying to do our best to improve every day.
Yes, yes, but at least we got our calendars together, we got our coffee chats together, we got our hot chocolate together, and so we look forward to seeing you guys soon and learning more about you.
Amazing.
Bye.